Piz, I hope Jeremy had an awesome birthday. It was great seeing him on his Steam again.
Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? Thank you, Chris. How you doing, man? Appreciate that. Thank you for the 1999. Piz, I hope Jeremy had an awesome birthday. It was great seeing him on stream again. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that very much, man. Yeah, he had a great birthday. Of course, the birthday stream was a lot of fun. And again, huge shout out to everybody who sent him a gift. And then we had birthday tacos. So he had a good birthday. That's for sure. Thank you, sir. Let me see. Who else have I got with me here tonight? Tonight. That's a combination of today and tonight. Michael Sullivan is here. DJ Springs is here. Michael Sullivan is here. El Chuy Gringo is here. We got Tony here. Antonis is here with us tonight. Mozart's Ghost is here. Ghostface is here. We got Eddie here tonight. Got Dean. Dean, what's up, man? Thank you for becoming a patron. Appreciate that. Let's see, who else have we got? We got RJ. What's your thoughts on the whole Blumhouse owning the Saw franchise? Well, that will ensure that there are other Saw movies, that's for sure. If you can... I mean, Bloom makes movies, and if he's got the Saw rights, he's going to make more Saw movies. So if you're a big Saw fan, you should be happy about that. Boogie Manny's here. What's up, sir? Teresa is here. Greetings and salutations. Tell him Freddie sent you. My buddy Horror Orman's here with us tonight. Yeah, hope everybody's doing good. What's up, movie fan? What's up, John? What's up, AJ? What's up, John? What's up, Derek? And we got my buddy Swaggy here. What's up? Hope everybody's doing good tonight. Hope everybody's had a good weekend. Anybody get out and see any good movies this weekend? Let me know down in the chat. I'm kind of excited to see that new shark movie with Jack Courtney in it. I'm hearing really good things about that. So I'm excited to check that one out. David, how you doing? D&G, what's up? Hillbilly Tech is here. Jeremy is excited for 28 years later. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. DJ, you received a Halloween 2 mask. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, all right, so we've got a bunch of stuff to talk about tonight. Whole bunch of different topics. If you've not dropped a like on the stream, please do so. I would appreciate that very much. Dangerous Animals. Yes, that's it. Dangerous Animals. I've heard good things. So. What's up, Keely? What's up, Mark? Thank y'all for being here tonight. I appreciate it. Did anybody happen to get out and see Dangerous Animals this weekend? I still haven't seen Bring Her Back. And at this point, I think I'm probably just going to have to wait until streaming. It's probably going to be on streaming pretty soon, I would imagine. So, Chris, I saw Dangerous Animals. Would have liked more Carnage Candy, but it was a great time. Cool. Where's the best place to get awful Michael Myers masks? I mean, they're everywhere, man. You don't have to look too hard. Check eBay, check Amazon, Temu. They're everywhere. What's up, Heath? How are you doing? What's up, David? Yeah. So yeah, we've had some interesting news here recently regarding Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the rights to Texas Chainsaw Massacre is currently locked up in a bidding war. And there are several studios interested in making a new Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So, I posted some polls on social media to get your all's feedback on which studio, which producer you want to see get those rights. If I can get that pulled up here. So there we go. The options are Oz Perkins and Neon, Jordan Peele and Monkey Paw, Glenn Powell and A24, Taylor Sheridan and Paramount, or the fifth option is Netflix. So where would you all like to see the next Texas Chainsaw Massacre get made? According to the poll I posted on YouTube, we had 586 votes. 37% says Oz Perkins and Neon. 29% Glenn Powell and A24. 22% Taylor Sheridan and Paramount. And 12% Jordan Peele. I posted a poll over on my Facebook. And out of 69 votes, 59%, an overwhelming margin. Oz Perkins and Neon won that one. Over on my X, we had 260 votes. Oz Perkins and Neon won that one, with Jordan Peele and Monkey Paw coming in a reasonably close second. So, what do y'all think? What's up, Brian? Dean says A24. Okay. Reggie says Disney. I don't think they're in the running, but you know. John says just please no Jordan Peele. I think the rights should go to Pizzal Entertainment. You know, hey, if I had the money. Evil Diner says all in for Taylor Sheridan. Taylor Sheridan is the interesting choice because he is a really talented filmmaker. He wrote Sicario, which is a great freaking movie. He also wrote and directed, what was the movie called with Jeremy Renner and Elizabeth Olsen? That one was also really good. So, I don't know. I would like to see what Taylor Sheridan does with it. And Taylor Sheridan is a Texas guy. I would hope he does more than just produce it, though. I'd hope he would at least write it, because I think that would be interesting. Wind River. Thank you. Yeah, that's a really good one. So that's really the one that stuck out to me was Taylor Sheridan. Oz Perkins, of course. We all know Oz Perkins. We all know Jordan Peele. Glenn Powell and A24. That's kind of an odd one. Glenn Powell, the actor from the last Twister movie. And A24 is already working on that Crystal Lake series. So, you know, I don't know. You know, one of the interesting responses that I got from a lot of people in the comments of these polls was just stop. We don't need another Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Just leave it be. And, you know, I don't think that's necessarily a bad idea. But, and I think too, you know, we talked about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre gas station and the restaurants being sued by the rights holders of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I'm sure that this whole rights issue has something to do with that. So, what's up, Joe? He writes most everything he produces. I don't know. I mean, my vote is for Taylor Sheridan, honestly. I like Oz Perkins. I like pretty much everything he's done up to this point. Jordan Peele is kind of, I don't know. Jordan Peele's kind of hit and miss with me, honestly. I thought Get Out was good, but way, way overrated. Us, I actually think, I liked Us. I think that's his best movie, honestly. And what was the last one he did with the aliens? I thought that one was okay. So I don't know. I mean, my pick goes with Taylor Sheridan. But I mean, ultimately, I mean, what are we going to be looking at with a new Texas Chainsaw Massacre? I mean, it's probably going to be another, reboot, semi-remake, you think? I mean, I would hope that they don't go that route and not try and touch, the original. But, I don't know. Or maybe they'll do like like Halloween 2018. It'll be a direct sequel to the first film and ignore all the sequels. That might actually be, well, I mean, didn't they try that with Chainsaw 3D? Chainsaw 3D was like a direct sequel. I think you could probably make the argument that all of this 3 was kind of a direct sequel to 1. The Next Generation was kind of a direct sequel to 1. Right? Chainsaw 3D was kind of a direct sequel. So, Nope. That's right, Richard. Yeah, that was the last Jordan Peele movie, Nope. I thought it was okay. It was okay. Yeah, I think whatever Sheridan does, he'll definitely have a great take on it. He knows how to create great environments in his shows, movies. Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, my vote's for Sheridan. But I think no remake, no reboot. Let's just do a direct sequel to the original. Or, I don't know. I don't know what they would do with it. Hey, what's up, Tom? How are you doing, sir? Tom. Based on your recommendation, I picked up Death Squad. So, I'm looking forward to checking that out. Leatherface 2017 was a prequel. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. There is a bidding war currently underway. And notice, no Blumhouse there. No Blumhouse, which I thought was kind of interesting. I don't know, maybe his pockets just aren't deep. Well, I mean, he's got Universal behind him. They've got pretty deep pockets. I definitely do not want to see another Netflix Chainsaw. Not because I disliked the last one. I had fun with that one. I enjoyed it. But if it's on Netflix, no physical. And that's not good. Godspeed. Thank you, sir. Thank you. So what are y'all thinking about this new Chainsaw movie? Should it be a direct sequel? Should they just, I don't know, should they start from the beginning with a reboot? What do you think? No, David, I don't watch WWE. I've not watched WWE in years and years and years. No, Pirate will never get, no. The Thorn trilogy has ended. Don't think they'll ever touch the Thorn thing ever again. unless it's like in comic book form or some kind of non-canon, I don't know, maybe a fan film, but nothing official. Matt. Yeah, we mentioned that. I mentioned that earlier. Yep, Blumhouse has got Saw, and I, like I said, if you're a Saw fan, I mean that's at least you're going to get more Saw movies. Now, what kind of quality are they going to be? I don't know, but you will at least get more Saw movies. I'm sure they're already dreaming up a trilogy. So, maybe David Gordon Green will direct them. What's up with Frank over there? Well, Frank's just chilling. He's just keeping an eye on things. You know, Frank's just keeping an eye on things. Making sure everything, you know, making sure everything's okay. You think Blumhouse lost their legacy horror sequel card? Well, I mean, if this next Exorcist, well, it didn't the, I think I heard that the Mike Flanagan Exorcist has been postponed. So that may not happen now. And as much as I like Mike Flanagan, that might be a good thing. The show should be Grandpa in his prime. He was the best killer there ever was. How about a TCM film exploring the original Chop Top from Part 2? I think that's what we were going to get with the All-American Massacre. That never happened. Was never released. It's finished, but it's just never been released. A direct sequel to now, I would watch that if they can get McConaughey back. I would absolutely watch that. Wouldn't Leatherface be about 80 years old? Yeah, he'd be getting up there. So I don't know. I mean, maybe they'll re-envision things and it'll be, set, today, and we'll have a younger, more spry Leatherface. I don't know. We'll see. I feel for the Saw fans. Well, I mean, maybe James Wan will come back and write and direct it, and maybe get things back on track. I don't know. I'm completely out of the loop with Saw. I think the last one I saw was Part 4. Well, no, I saw the Chris Rock one. Whatever that one was called. Think it should be a sequel. Mike Flanagan is directing the next Exorcist. Well, he's supposed to be, but it's been postponed for whatever reason. He's currently working on a Clayface movie, the Batman villain. So, yeah. I think you're right. I think James Wan will have a tight grip on that series, and he might be able to get things back on track, I think. So. You'd watch Grandpa in his prime? I would too. I mean, you know, I don't know, but you can't make a chainsaw without Leatherface. You just can't do it. Yeah, there were actually, many years ago, somebody was selling like 35 millimeter prints of the film on eBay. And so, I mean, it's out there somewhere. Some people bought it. I don't know how many people bought it, but I remember seeing the listing of like a 35 millimeter prints of the All-American Massacre for sale on eBay. There was actually an Instagram account that was dedicated to the All-American Massacre. And I spoke with the guy back and forth a few times. And he'd interviewed at least one or two people who'd worked on the movie. He had a bunch of behind-the-scenes photos that I'd never seen before. And then just one day, he shut it down. Or one day, he took everything down and posted saying, you know, he's shutting everything down. And I messaged him and I asked him, like, what's up? Did you get, like, some sort of cease and desist or whatever? And I don't remember what he said, but it sounded like maybe there was something like that issued and he had to shut everything down. But it was completed. And the film was actually written and directed by Tobe Hooper's son. And one of the pictures that the guy shared was of a behind-the-scenes photo of Tobe on the set of All-American Massacre. There's a trailer. You can find the trailer on YouTube, I'm sure. And Buckethead, the guitarist, plays Leatherface in it. So. Hey, Aaron, you feel bad you missed Jeremy's birthday? Please wish him a happy birthday. Sure. Will do. Yeah, Spiral. That was it. The Chris Rock Saw movie. Yeah. Was not a fan. There was no mystery to that one. As soon as I saw that guy on screen, I was like, yeah, that's the killer. So yeah, that was not good. I like the Leatherface in the suburbs idea that was floating around a while ago. Yeah, I think wasn't Kim Hinkle and Tobe Hooper's original idea for the sequel was like an entire town of Sawyers, like a whole town, a whole community of cannibal Sawyers, which that sounds pretty interesting. I can understand that. I mean, that would probably have been a much bigger budget than they could have, have afforded. But I think that sounded interesting. Are you sure, Rick? Everything I've heard is that it was finished. I don't know. You may know more than me. It's been so long ago. I'd almost forgotten that the All-American Massacre existed. But yeah, there were prints of it being sold on eBay. Unless it was a scam, it very well could have been a scam. I don't know. This was a million years ago. What's up, Sean Sr.? How are you doing? Didn't they flirt with the idea of the whole town being in on it with TCM the beginning? I don't know. Joe, it's your birthday on Thursday. Well, happy early birthday. Hope you have a good one. So, Chainsaw Massacre rights are up in the air. Oz Perkins, Jordan Peele, Glenn Powell, Taylor Sheridan. Hopefully it doesn't go back to Netflix, though. Netflix has really deep pockets. But if we get another Netflix Chainsaw, there'll be no physical, unfortunately. So I'm really hoping Netflix doesn't get it. So Forgotten about All American Massacre too. Yeah, I remember seeing that trailer. God, this was like the early 2000s, maybe? Maybe even before that. God. Yeah, no, it's sometime in the early 2000s. And just being like super excited because Chop Top Bill Moseley is back. It looked wild. It looked like low budget, like shot on video kind of stuff, which, you know, is fine if it's a chainsaw, right? Like, you know, the grungier and grittier, the better. So I don't know. It just disappeared. Just disappeared. Thank you all for 39 likes on the stream. If you've not dropped a like, please do so. So yeah, there we go. New chainsaw. Any AMC fans here? Anybody got an AMC theater in their area that they go to? That is your preferred theater? I miss when Saw had a metal soundtrack. What did Jeremy get for his birthday? He got a lot of stuff. He got a lot of books. He got some figures, got some snacks. He had a really good birthday. Great, great birthday. What's up, Drum Smash? How you doing? No AMC near you, Swaggy? I tend to greatly prefer Regal Cinema in my town rather than AMC. Me too. I don't think I've got an AMC anywhere near me. It's either Regal or Cinemark. But recently I did a video, a rant, talking about how inconvenient it is to go to how inconvenient it is to arrive at a movie theater early, because if the showtime is 8 p.m., you're lucky if by 8:30 the movie's going, because there's just so many ads, there's so many trailers, there's so many spots for refreshments that by the time the movie starts, I'm exhausted. I'm ready to go home. But if you're an AMC fan, your wait's about to get much longer before the movie starts. Hey, what's up, Brad? How you doing? Your AMC has heated reclining seats. Nice. Matt's a showcase man. Yeah. Yes, love AMC. Went to Regal this past weekend, and I'll be returning to AMC. It's just a better experience. Well, that experience might be getting a little less convenient. So, this recently was announced. AMC Theaters announced shocking change that people aren't thrilled about. That's already excessive. And this is courtesy of the New York Post. Moviegoers at AMC Theaters are in for a rude awakening starting next month. A few commercials and coming attractions before a movie begins are expected. However, soon enough, AMC Theaters will be delaying the start times of movies even more. On July 1st, AMC Theaters, the largest theater chain in the U.S. and Europe, will be adding one additional commercial on top of the many that they already play after upcoming movie trailers and before the start of a movie. And people are not happy about this news. The news comes as part of a new deal with American cinema advertising company National Cinemedia, Inc., according to Bloomberg. It's an opportunity for AMC to make some dough, as the movie theater chain will get a cut of the ad sales, as reported on by the outlet. And from what I read recently, like, ticket sales for theaters across the board are way down. I forget the exact statistics. If anybody knows them, please let me know. But I have literally, and this is at a Regal cinema. This isn't at an AMC. I've literally sat through upwards of 45 minutes of trailers, commercials, the constant reminders to go get your Pepsi and your M&Ms. You know, I like to get to a theater early. I want to go to the bathroom. I want to get my concessions. I want to get comfortable in my seat. And I want to have eaten my concessions before the movie starts. I don't want to be sitting there crunching on nachos or whatever while the movie's going, right? But, like, you're penalized if you go to the theater early these days, because you have to sit through so much of this crap. And every time I see a television, I remember when television commercials first started playing at movies, like, you'd get maybe 1 or 2, 3, not a lot. But, like, even then it was just like, why? This is insulting. Like, I'm at the movies. You know what I mean? I can watch commercials at home. But that number has expanded just beyond control. I actually went to a Ma and Pa theater when Jeremy and I watched Final Destination Bloodlines. They played 2 trailers and the movie started. I was shocked. 2 trailers and then the movie started. Yeah. Only at a Ma and Pa theater, though. Ticket sales in 2024 were down 3.3% compared to 2023 and 23.5% since 2019. Damn. Well, I mean, of course, a lot of that is due to the pandemic, but you would think that, you know, at this point there would be, you know, something of a rebound. But, and people are not going to the theater. Adding more commercials isn't going to make more people go to the theater. That's just going to turn more people away. Even though it's one more commercial, that just makes your wait time even longer. I don't get it. Like, in my rant video, like, I suggested get rid of the arcade. Does anybody's local movie theater still have arcades? And if so, when was the last time you actually saw somebody in the arcade? Like, the Regal that I go to a lot with Jeremy, they've got a big arcade section, and it is a ghost town every time I'm there. Get those things out of there. Put in merch, shirts, posters, figures, popcorn buckets. You're going to make a hell of a lot more off that stuff. You're wasting more money on powering those old machines, those old dusty machines, than you've made on people playing them in years, probably. You know, get those things out of there. And like, at this point, I don't know. I mean, like, give me an option where I can pay a little more and have to sit through less commercials. You know what I mean? Like, they're just making the movie going experience more of a pain. You know, ticket prices are up. Concession prices are already ridiculous. And now you've got to sit through at least half an hour of commercials and trailers. It just blows my mind. Like, why? I mean, I get it. They're going to get more of a cut from that ad revenue, but I don't know. And believe me, if ticket prices don't start to go up, that one additional ad will become 2 additional ads, will become 3 additional ads, will become 4 additional ads. Somebody even commented on one of those polls I posted saying, well, at what point are they going to start running like mid-movie ads? Like the movie just stops halfway through and you get the Chevy commercial or the, the Tylenol commercial. I mean, I don't think that's outside the realm of possibilities at this point, to be honest. Let me see. What movie tickets and food prices are incredibly high? Yeah. I mean, they are. Theaters can't beat the experience and level of quality that I have watching movies at home in 4K on my OLED. I mean, clearly, a lot of people are feeling the same way you are. At my local theater, they had House of the Dead 2. That actually was a fun blast from the past. They had House of the Dead 2 at your theater? I agree, Piz. I go there early. AMC has no arcade here, but the Regal does. AMC has more movie-related commercials where Regal has commercials I see on TV. Just kind of takes me out of it. I refuse to pay the ridiculous prices theaters charge. I have a home theater, and as fast as the new movies make it to rental, it's a no-brainer for us. Yeah, again, you've got, a lot of movies, within a month of them being released in theaters, they're on streaming. You haven't had an arcade in your theater since the 90s, really? Both of the Regals that I go to have arcades. I'm trying to think, does the cinema... I don't go to the Cinemark that often. I don't remember if they have... I don't know. They don't have one. But both of the Regals still have arcades. There are theaters around here that are $18 plus for one adult tickets. I mean, that's steep. Get rid of the arcades and sell physical media. Malco Theaters here in Northwest Arkansas only run about 10 to 12 minutes of trailers. It's great. You've got a good theater. It's $9.75 for adults 13 and under at my local one. So yeah, even more reasons just to wait for the 4K and Blu-ray release of modern films. Yeah. I just show up 20 minutes late. I can't do that. I'm afraid I'm going to miss something. So I'm the one there on time that has to sit through all this crap. Oh, and that's right. AMC has that awesome Nicole Kidman ad. Yeah. Replace Nicole Kidman with Clint Howard. Yeah. I can support that. I would support that. Add intermissions during long movies. I don't know. I don't think I'd be opposed. Like if you've got a movie that's over 3 hours long, I don't think I'd be opposed to an intermission because I'm going to the bathroom at least once during that 3 hours. I live near a local theater and a drive-in that are both pretty sweet. I need to go more. Yeah. Gotta support them. It's only $10.50 for a matinee at my local Cinemark. Oh man, I remember the days of like, you know, a matinee was like a few bucks, you know. Those days are long gone. So there you go. If you're an AMC fan, you're going to have an extra commercial to sit through prior to every movie that you go to. And trust me, that one commercial will soon become 2, will soon go to 3. So if there's not a big rebound in ticket sales, there will be more ads. There's no doubt about it. No doubt about it. That's a good point, MG. Let's text to speech that.
MG says, the ad intermission gives the phone zombies a chance to take a hit off their phone.
It's true. It's true.
Come on, Roy. Get your hands dirty.
Piz, is this just an American thing or worldwide? I was visiting Canada recently and the movie started almost right after the listed showtime.
Let me double check. I think the article said it's worldwide. Well, AMC is one of the biggest theaters just worldwide. So I'm guessing worldwide. But thank you, Chris, for that $4.99. You visited Canada recently and the movie started almost right after the listed showtime. Well, I mean, that's an anomaly. What was it? Was it an AMC? Was it a major chain? $7 for a matinee at your local place. Oh man, that's not a Regal price. That's for sure. Definitely not a Regal price. Let's text to speech this one too. That's funny.
Vespian says, I can't wait for the day they have pop-up ads on the IMAX screen.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's coming. That's coming. Oh, God. That's coming. 25 minutes away, there's an old AMC by me. The seats are old like burlap. They don't recline. I hate going there. I don't go there anymore. I got to tell you, and this is, I'm sure I've said this before, but once you go to a nice theater that has like the recliner seats, going back to a theater that doesn't have them is like, even if it's a nicer theater, they've got nice, new, clean seats. If they don't recline, it's like I'm in hell. And Jeremy is totally spoiled by those recliner seats. He does not want to, if he wants to go watch a movie, it's the Regal, which is a bit of a drive, but I don't mind it because I like that theater. I like those seats. So, but yeah, once you get those recliner seats, going back to the old ones, man, geez, just a whole different experience. Your theater's been locally owned for over 100 years. Nice. Very nice. What's up, Adam, the horror guy? You just wait for the DVD release. Is it the same in Australia? You guys get tons of ads and commercials and trailers before a movie starts? Your Cinemark has $5 Tuesdays. Very cool. Very cool. How much is a movie ticket where you are at? Well, let me look at. I don't want to. Let me see here. All right, so let's say I wanted to go watch Dangerous Animals tomorrow. Well, the Regal website's not even working. Let me try it on my phone. Let me give you guys an accurate All right. Let's say I wanted to go watch the new Ballerina movie. Standard. $14.99. $14.99 for adult, $12.49 for child, $13.49 for a senior. Let me see about the matinee prices. Now that's just standard. That's not fancy IMAX or RPX or anything like that. That's just good old standard. For a matinee, adult is $11.99, child is $10.99, senior is $10.99. I like my old theater only 20 minutes from me that doesn't have the recliners because it's cheap and old school, but my girlfriend won't go because of the seats. I'm often the only person in the theater. So, yeah. Oh, goodness gracious. Do you think we live in a time, will we see the end of movie theaters before the end of our lifetime? Do we think that's going to happen in the next, say, 30, 40 years? A friend of mine who lives in Los Angeles says a single movie ticket for an adult is about $21 currently. That doesn't surprise me. I actually thought it'd be a little bit more. Look cinemas in Georgia are awesome. Cocktails and food with leather recliners. $17. The ticket's $17? Oh, general. Okay, $17 general. $17. Okay. There's both of the Regals that I go to. You can buy a beer. Oh yeah. One of them has actually got like a really nice bar area. And right across from it is like this really nice, you can get like slushes and other fancy drinks made for you. They're crazy expensive, but they're pretty good. Cinema will become a luxury social thing. Yes, except a few independent cinemas that service film nerds and old films too. So you think what there might be like the, like how the boutique physical media labels are kind of the, we'll have like a boutique, theaters. That might be interesting. They'll become like the drive-in, a few hundred left, unfortunately just a novelty. Most movies are not worth $1. Well, and I think that's an interesting point too, because if there's not movies at the theater that we really want to go see, like back in the day when I was a kid, when I was a teenager, I just wanted to go to the theater just to go. Like I didn't even care what was playing. It was just cool to go to the theater and hang out at the theater and, get some popcorn and whatever movie was playing, let's just go, let's just go watch it. Surely there's something. But that's definitely not the case anymore. Like for me to go to the theater nowadays, it's really got to be something I want to see or something that Jeremy is really dead set on seeing. So, like how many, let me ask you guys, how many movies released this year? And we're about halfway through the year at this point. How many of them, or how many movies released this year so far have been like a movie you had to go see? Like you can't wait for digital, you can't wait for physical, you've got to go and see it opening weekend in the theater. Because I think so far maybe there's been a couple for me. There's not been a whole lot. I think the theaters will continue to die off along with streaming. However, there will be a huge resurgence in physical media sales. Yeah, actually, physical media sales are up, which is a darn good thing. Monster B, thank you for the $4.99. Appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. Jeremy's good. Jeremy's sleeping away. Once AMC is out of business, Pizzal Entertainment will take over. That's what I'm, that's the plan. That's the plan. I am jealous of all you that have an Alamo Draft House near you, though. I would like to have an Alamo Draft House near me, but all I hear is good things about Alamo Draft House. The issue is that before let's do some text-to-speech on this one.
Kevin Dudley says, the issue is that before the internet, studios could trick audiences into seeing a film. That has not been the case for quite some time.
That's a very interesting point. That's a very good point. I've seen 4 new films and over 10 old ones in cinemas, and it's been 6 months. So 4 new films and 10 old ones. You've seen more. You've seen more of like re-releases. Understandable. The Spirit of Metal says 0. Only a handful. Streaming will die before theaters, you think? I mean, I think streaming numbers are kind of down too, right? Swaggy says 2, if that. I just try to support horror at the theater. Reggie says 2 or 3. Dave says, what's that, 3, 4? Oh, well, okay. You're counting Megan 2. So that's one that you're definitely going to go see. 1. The original My Bloody Valentine had a special showing. So another one for an older movie. Okay. Joe went and saw Ballerina. Yeah, your brother, what a jerk. Lucky jerk. 10 minutes away from a Alamo Draft House. I would definitely be a financial backer of Pizzal Entertainment. I'll keep that in mind, Kevin. Oh, Scratch Burno works at an Alamo Draft House. Really, after Sony bought it, it's not quite the same as before. Is it becoming corporate? MG says 0. What's up, Frank? How you doing, sir? You're just here manifesting Pizzal Entertainment. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Husker says, I'll see Superman. You've only seen 7 movies at the theater in the last 5 years? Taco Man the movie. That's going to be a good one when that happens. Terrifying. Look at Manny here. Manny's got 2 draft houses near him. You lucky son of a gun.
Come on, Roy. Get your hands dirty.
Last time I went to my draft house was Maxon. They showed an old Texas Chainsaw Massacre spot before the movie that I had never seen. It's an experience.
Very nice. Thank you for the $10, Steven. Appreciate that. They showed an old Texas Chainsaw Massacre spot before Maxine. See, now that would be cool. That would be cool. There's a little theater in, it's either in Knoxville, I think it's in Knoxville, Tennessee. And it's kind of got this grindhousey kind of vibe. They show older stuff. I went there for a screening of Silent Night, Deadly Night last year. And, they show like, old Fulci stuff, and like the trailers they showed before Silent Night, Deadly Night was old school trailers, which was really cool. I need to go support them some more, I think. They had some cool stuff. I think they were playing like City of the Living Dead the week after and a bunch of cool stuff. I need to go support them some more. But thank you, Stephen. I appreciate that. You've not seen a movie in the theater since Alien Romulus. That's been a minute. So, yeah, I mean, is it an issue? I mean, I think it's just there's a lot of issues that are compiling to hurt the theaters. Maybe there's not enough really good movies coming out that people really want to go see. You've got that streaming window, which is like 30 days. You've got the inconvenience and the expense of going to the theater and having to wait half an hour or more for the movie to start. Yeah. Incentives and lower prices might work. Yeah. They've got to do more than like the memberships. You pay one monthly fee and you can watch however many movies you want per month or per week, because at some point, unless you're just going to watch movies, like that wouldn't benefit me, because again, there's not enough movies that are coming out that I really want to go see in the theater. The last one you went to see was Class of Nukem High. Very cool. Frank, how was Dangerous Animals? Fulci Zombie was playing at one near my brother last year. Almost flew to North Carolina to stay at his house. That'd been a cool movie to see in the theater. But are they playing? Well, I wonder if any of these older theaters actually still have like the 35 millimeter projectors. Like they could actually play a print of the movie and not just the Blu-ray. You're seeing The Beyond on 35 millimeter on the 17th at Alamo? Very cool. I'm a bit of a gamer. There's just not been any real games that I've cared to play lately. I tried the new Texas Chainsaw. I wasn't a fan of it. Wasn't a fan of Dead by Daylight. I played a lot of Friday the 13th. But I am kind of interested in the summer camp game. That's inspired by Friday the 13th. That's supposed to be coming out here sometime soon. So I'm interested in checking that out.
Drishdet says, "Piz, there is a new Limp Bizkit track dropping next week. They are doing Braun Breaker's new theme."
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. And it's even cooler. Well, I mean, it's Scott Steiner's son. So, with a Limp Bizkit track. Very cool. Chris, you've been to the theater 7 times this year. The cost of concessions are just unbearable. I will say seeing a movie in Dolby Cinema at AMC is a great experience. I really don't mind, concession prices have always been really high. Like, I don't mind paying a little extra for concessions because I know that benefits the theaters. So I'm cool with that. But enough with the commercials. No more. I'll even up the price of concessions a couple of bucks. I'd be fine with that. Just cut out a couple of the commercials. What's up, Poor Collections 13? Hope you had a good weekend too. If it's playing anywhere near me, I would love to see. I've seen it on the big screen once already, but I would definitely see it again. Dangerous Animals, it's good. It's getting a little overhyped. The Villain Tucker is very good though. You saw a video of a theater playing a movie from Amazon Prime? Wow. Yeah, look it up, Gringo. It's called Summer Camp. It looks a lot like Friday the 13th, the game, just minus all the Friday the 13th stuff. What's up, Garrett? How are you doing, sir?
Born to be Rad says, Friday the 13th game memories are where it's at. That's honestly the last time I really gamed. I miss it. Sad face.
Yeah. I had so much fun playing that game. It was so fun. When it was fun, it was super, super fun. When it was aggravating, it was extremely aggravating though. But some of the best gaming times of my life were playing Friday the 13th game. So, yeah. I miss it too. I hope whatever the new Friday the 13th game they are working on is a lot similar to that, just minus the bugs and the glitches and all that crap. The trailer for Ebony and Ivory dropped from the director of The Greasy Strangler. Is that a joke? That's got to be a joke. Tell me that's a joke. That's not a joke. That's a real thing. Two musical legends gather at a Scottish cottage on the Mole of Kintyre for a 10th summit to discuss a potential collaboration that will ultimately result in a global #1 smash hit single. And it's got one of the guys from The Greasy Strangler in it. Oh, it's already out. There's some reviews for it. Well, there's 2 reviews on IMDb for it. One gives it a 1 star out of 10. The other one says this is a pure artistic vision, untouched by the usual meddling fingers of assorted movie flotsam and jetsam. Oh, God. I might watch that one. I'm sure there's no grease and excessive full frontal male nudity in it. But who knows? If it's from that guy, there's a good possibility, I guess. I don't know. Halloween Horror Nights is going to have a Friday the 13th house this year. That's cool. I went one year when they had a Halloween house. That was awesome. They'd incorporated just about all of the first, at least the first 3 Halloweens in it. And I want to say Halloween 4 was in there too. But that was a really fun. Maze. You've been enjoying the new Doom. Okay. Hey, Piz, Cohen is watching with me. Can you give him a shout out? He's turning 12. and wants to know what should be his very first horror movie he watches. Ooh. Well, happy birthday, Cohen. I'm assuming I'm giving you an early birthday wish, but we're wishing you an early birthday, but happy early birthday. Shout out to Cohen. His very first horror movie he watches. Wow. I've got to put some thought into this one. It needs to be appropriate. How about, there's nothing too hardcore about Creepshow, is there? Creepshow, I think, might be a good one. The Lost Boys, I think, would be a good one. I was going to say Friday the 13th Part 6, but you might have to cut out that part in the RV. All right, give us some recommendations in the chat. I mean, Monster Squad would be a good one, I think, too. Creepshow would be a good one. Or Night of the Creeps, I think, would be a pretty good one. I don't know. There's a few ideas. Piz, I can thank you for bringing the Greasy Strangler to my attention, which I own on Blu-ray. My friends that I have forced to watch it still haven't forgiven me. And they shouldn't. They shouldn't forgive you. Do they still consider you a friend? Is the real question. Because I wouldn't. I'd never speak to you again. Scratch Burno, you saw it last year? Okay. All right. Yes, Joe, Jeremy is very excited about the new I Know What You Did Last Summer. I've not seen the trailer yet, but everybody keeps telling me like the trailer looks really good. Like even people who, would not be into an I Know What You Did Last Summer movie of any kind. They're like, this has potential. So we're going to go watch it. I'm hoping for the best. Pillow 4 Degrees with Monster Squad. I think that'd be a pretty good one. Well, but Creepshow's rated R, but I mean, there's no nudity and there's no, it's very sort of highly stylized kind of violence. Like, I don't think it's graphic in like a, realistic kind of way. So, Silver Bullet, that'd be a good one. Horror Orman, that's a great one. Yeah, Silver Bullet would be good. Mm-hmm. Well, I thought about Halloween Boogie Manny, but there's some nudity in that one. Which, I mean, I guess you could probably, could get the TV cut. You can get the TV cut. That crops out that. The Fog. That's a good one. And it's got some graphic violence, but, no nudity that I recall, or a lot of foul language. No, definitely not Return of the Living Dead. Gremlins, yeah, I mean, Hey, what's up, Go Seek Find? How are you? Poltergeist is a good one. Yeah. Night of the Creeps is ideal gateway horror. Yeah, it'd be a good one. And I mean, look, you're getting his horror. I mean, it's got the Atkins in it. What better introduction to the genre than Tom Atkins? The original House I think would be a good one. Fright Night though's got some nudity in it. Fright Night crossed my mind, but it's got some nudity in it. Summer Camp Game is getting a first trailer reveal this Friday the 13th. PC only right now. Well, I don't think it's going to be available on all the platforms. They're going to do beta access to it here, I think, sometime soon. So hopefully I'll be able to get beta access to it. The beta access might only be PC. I think, if I recall correctly, Friday the 13th, the game's beta access was only on PC. But, I don't know. We'll see. Alex. Let's text-to-speech that.
Alex Estes says, "Hey Piz, I'm down to the last 3 hours of my 10-hour drive from the Living Dead weekend in Monroeville back to St. Louis. Glad I have your stream to keep me company."
How was the Living Dead weekend? I saw some pictures from it. It looked like a good time. I would have liked to have gone, but it was a little, that's about what the drive would have been for me too. So, and I've been there before, not for a convention, but just to visit the mall. And this is probably going to be the last one they ever do, because, I don't know, isn't there like a petition going around now to save the mall? Which or try and make it into like a historical landmark or whatever. That would be great, I think, but I just don't know. If Walmart bought it, I mean, or was it Walmart, or was it like, are they going to put like apartments there? Ooh, the gate. The gate. That would be a good one. That might scare him, though. I don't know. The gate would be a good idea, I think. But that one is a little creepy. The guy in the wall and the little, little demon-y things. Critters. That's not a bad idea either. Critters for sure. Yeah. Yeah. Any of the original Universal monsters? I mean, it's not a bad idea. Trick or treat. Which the metal trick or treat or the Sam trick or treat? Oh God, don't show him the 1990 It's. That'll freak him right out. Yeah, the Nintendo Switch. Did anybody happen to get themselves a Switch 2? Which, from what I've heard, there's like very little difference between the Switch 2 and the Switch 1. Like Nintendo did not innovate much between the two. Children of the Corn. That one might be a little too scary too, but Children of the Corn, not a bad idea. So, and speaking of horror, we need to end the horror phobia. So we all know that it's been popular to not call horror movies horror for a long time. At first they called horror movies thrillers, or more recently it's been elevated horror. Well, in the case of Guillermo del Toro's upcoming Frankenstein, there seems to be a mandate to not call it horror at all. It's not horror. It's Frankenstein. It's the 95th iteration of Frankenstein based on a horror book with 91 or other horror movie adaptations. But this Frankenstein is not horror. So let's listen to Mia Goth explain to us why this movie is not horror.
It's not a horror movie.
It's not. It's not a horror movie. It's incredibly emotional and deeply personal. And you know, this is a story that's been with Guillermo since he was a boy. And so, you know, it's deeply personal and very epic. The scale of it is huge. And so, I think people might be surprised to see how intimate of a story it is. Yeah.
Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you.
All right, so horror movies can't be deeply personal. Horror movies can't be emotional. They can't be epic, right? So because it's deeply emotional and personal and epic and all these other things, it can't be considered horror because of those things. Even though it's Frankenstein, it's about a scientist who creates life out of stitching parts from dead bodies together in order to play God. And then, of course, we all know how that turns out. It's not horror, though. It's not horror. It's too deeply personal and epic to be considered horror, because there's never been a deeply emotional, personal, or epic horror movie. They just don't go. You can't. It can't be. If it's a horror movie, it has to just be just an iota above porn, right? And she's Mia Goth is not the. Apparently, even Guillermo del Toro has been trying to pass this Frankenstein's not horror stuff either, or both of them are out on this mission to convince everyone that the Frankenstein is not horror, or Guillermo del Toro's version of Frankenstein. It's not horror. It's not a horror movie. I don't understand. I don't get it. I mean, does he? Do they not realize that horror fans are probably going to be the first people to watch this thing? And that most quote unquote normies don't give two craps about Frankenstein? Or about Guillermo del Toro or Mia Goth for that matter? But no, it's not horror. It's not horror at all. Okay. If it's not horror, then I'm not going to watch it. I don't care. I have no interest in it. If it's not horror, I just won't watch it. Why are we still in this state of like, we can't call horror? It's insulting to horror fans. Do we not matter? Are we second-class citizens? Yeah, and Mia Goth is known for horror movies. If it wasn't for X, I mean, would we even know who Mia Goth is? I mean, I know she did stuff before X, but X put her on the map, right? I mean, does she not consider X a horror movie? Does she not consider Maxine a horror movie? Yeah, horror is the most versatile and malleable genre, period. Horror allows you can do anything within the realm of a horror movie. Horror is the only genre that allows you to do that. Maybe sci-fi, but horror is the only genre that lets you do that. There's no parameters. But let's just just crap on horror. Let's just be too ashamed to call a horror movie a horror movie. Hey, Piz, obviously she's never read the novel of Frankenstein because horror could not possibly be deeply rooted in trauma and have depth. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I think that might be Mary Shelley's quote. If she was still with us, that would be Mary Shelley's quote. Yeah. Yeah. Actors view horror movies as an entry-level position. That's why they look down on it. Well, I mean, it seems like, again, even Del Toro, who I thought was a huge horror fan. Why is he going out of his way to try and convince people that this is not a horror movie? And does anybody want to see a Frankenstein movie that's not a horror? Didn't they try and do that a few years ago? There was they made a movie with Dr. Frankenstein in it, but it was like a buddy movie. It was like Dr. Frankenstein and he had some buddy. And nobody went and saw it. You want to know why? Because you're making a Frankenstein movie without Frankenstein. That's not about Frank. I mean, Oh, please explain it, Ghost. How is she not saying that at all? She just said it's not horror because it's deeply personal. Because horror can't be deeply personal. The more personal the horror movie, the better. Exactly. Hey, Big Crack Rock is here. How you doing, man? It's been a while. Hope you're doing good. Dang, I love Mia Goth. Yeah, I like Mia Goth too. I don't know if, I think this is probably something that's been like, let's kind of push this narrative of it's not horror and, my brother got a Switch 2, said the screen locked worse than the last OLED version of the Switch 1. When people try to sound smart, it does the opposite. She's saying don't expect X. Well, just say that. And I don't think anybody who's watching Frankenstein is going to be going into it thinking, I hope this is just like X. That's funny, Kevin. That's funny. There are levels of depth and complexity even in the horror genre. Yes. The convention was a blast. I attended in 2021 as well and did the mall tour and the local sightseeing, so I skipped all of that this time. Day of the Dead is my favorite, so I have to meet anyone I can. Cool. I really hope this is not the last one. The last Living Dead weekend. I really hope the mall survives. I just don't know. Horror is a black sheep but a cash cow. Yeah. Walmart is okay. That's what I thought. Walmart was buying it. So if Walmart's buying it, there's probably no saving it. It's definitely a horror movie. It's based on a horror story. Exactly. Who wants to see a Frankenstein movie that's not it's not a horror? They tried that. It failed. Too much political correct nonsense. But
Boogie Manny says, Bucky didn't die for nothing. Horror will live on.
It's true. It's true. Bucky died so horror could live. She's defending against being typecast? I don't know. I think there's better. I mean, if she's worried about being typecast, don't take the role. I mean, I don't think anybody forced her to take the role. If she's worried about being typecast, you know, I'm sure she can get on some romantic comedies that nobody will ever watch. Anyway, just call horror. Just call horror. I don't know. That pisses me off. If it's not a horror movie, it's a mistake. Exactly. Big Smells. You just watched Upgrade last night for the first time. I know you sing its praises. Really enjoyed it. I'm glad you liked it. Yeah, it's awesome. That's a great movie. Not enough people talk about it, but that's a great freaking movie. I mean, that's the first one I recall, Kevin, was Silence of the Lambs. Everybody calling it a thriller rather than a horror movie. If I recall correctly, even I think Thomas Harris was like, no, this is horror. This is a horror tale. Well, I mean, Del Toro's already said it from what I've heard. He's already trying to say it's not horror. It's something else. Some of the best horror films lately are dealing with grief and loss, which is deeply personal. Yeah. Yeah. All right, John, take care, man. Thanks for hanging out. I think Del Toro is saying, don't go into this expecting scares. It's a story that explores family and its different iterations. Well, just say that. Just say that. Don't be so adamant about, no, it's not horror. No, I'd never lower myself to make a horror movie. I mean, it's Frankenstein, but it's not horror. I'd never lower myself to that. Just say that. And I mean, horror movies can explore family and its different iterations. I mean, look at, oh gosh, what was that Australian horror movie that came out a couple of years ago about the mother with Alzheimer's? Gosh, what was that called? That was so good. That was so good. Unless it's a spoof, it's horror. Stop trying to make it something else. Yeah. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. It's like a talking point. It's something they've been told to say. Like, you know, it's not horror. It's not horror. Remind everybody it's not horror. But like, I don't get it. That's like if they say the next Halloween movie. Now it's not horror. It's a deep psychological analyzation of a deeply disturbed man. It's not horror though. He just wears a white mask and stabs people with a butcher knife. That's all. But it's not horror. It's too deep. What's up, Pumpkin J? From Northern California. How's everything going in Northern California? They don't give horror movies Oscars. Well, I mean, that's true. Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, Relic. That's what that movie was called. So good. That was such a good one. Yeah. Relic was so good. So good. All right, let's move on from this topic. I've ranted enough. Horror is horror. Just let it be horror. Oh, God. Didn't Get Out get best screenplay? Did they call Get Out horror, though? Or was it a thriller? Anything else on y'all's minds? Any questions or anything y'all want to talk about? Thank y'all for 67 likes on the stream. If you've not dropped a like, please do so. Tacos and Chill is 1,000,000,000% horror. 1,000,000,000%. Kevin, you nailed it.
Kevin Dudley says, the best portrayal of family in horror of TCM, The Next Generation.
It's true. It really is. You nailed that. And where's that movie's Oscar? Where is that movie's Oscar? Lord have mercy. Oh man, I'm hearing really good things about that new the Al Pacino Exorcism movie. I'm hearing really good things about it. Like how awful it is. So I'm kind of interested to see it whenever it hits streaming. Yeah, it didn't what? Oh gosh. The Substance. I mean, that was considered horror, right? I mean, that one got a bunch of nominations. So, I mean, you know. Jeremy's never seen Mikey. It's a fun movie, though. All right, Manny, take care. Have a good one. Yeah, let's look up the ritual here. I want to see what it's got an 8% on Rotten Tomatoes right now. It's got a 4.7 out of 10 on IMDb. Let me scroll down here to the reviews. Disappointing, bland, tired, and uninspired. Well, here's one that says not a great Exorcist film, but not a bad one either. So at least somebody liked it. I love the title of this one. Been there, exorcised that. Gave it a 5 out of 10. One of the worst horror movies of this year. Somebody gave it a 10 out of 10 and said, I haven't seen such a, I think they were trying to say good, but they spelled it with an S. I haven't seen such a goose horror film for a while. There's another, okay, so some people are liking it. There's a 10 out of 10, a 9 out of 10, another 10 out of 10. Okay, so some people are liking it apparently. If these are legitimate reviews. I don't know. Once it hits streaming, I will definitely be checking it out. Sinners, yep. I liked Sinners a lot. That's my favorite movie of the year so far. I've liked it a lot. See, that's what I was thinking. Like we need Pacino to channel his character from Heat. as the Exorcist in this movie. Now, I would love to see that. The Ritual is the first movie I've seen a trailer for in a theater which won't be released in theaters. It's not getting, is it already streaming? So it's already streaming. I may have to watch it tonight. Sinners will probably be up for some kind of a... Oh, sure. Yeah, Sinners will definitely be nominated for a lot of Oscars. There's no doubt about it. I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't take home a few. It will definitely be nominated for a lot. Best screenplay, best director, best film. Yeah. It'll be up there for sure. Hitchcock was a very intellectual and sophisticated man, and he never hid from the horror title. Get that demon a Dunkachino. For the Welcome to Derry TV series to be worse than It Chapter 2, they'd have to put in work on it. I mean, they'd have to put in an effort to make it worse. Oh my God. Ben, how was The Ritual? Have you posted a review on your letterbox? Because I'll read that sucker live right now. Let me see if there's a Ben Grimm review of The Ritual. Where do I... Okay. Okay, there's Ben. Nope. No review yet, Ben. Wow, you really liked the last Fear Street movie. Damn. Oh, I've not seen... Oh, you liked the Predator, the Predator animated movie. I'm kind of interested to see that, but... Boring, typical Exorcist movie. I haven't put anything up yet. Oh, okay. I've never heard of that, Drum Smash. Never heard of Zagone Be Something Studios. Never heard of them. Boring, typical Exorcist movie. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I expected. Does Pacino go over the top, though? Because if Pacino goes over the top in it, that might make it worth watching just on its own. New Predator is good. I enjoyed it. Very good action. I wonder if The Ritual is playing anywhere near me. I mean, is it in theaters or? Let's see. There's Dangerous Animals. Oh, The Ritual is playing at my nearest Regal. Oh, wow. Holy crap. It's only got one showing per day. Oh, wow. And this is going to be the last week for the last week of it. So they're only playing it at my nearest Regal one time per day. That's at 8:30 p.m. And after Thursday, it's gone. So, wow. It's not rated. Really? Is it like graphic, Ben? Actually, they're playing Dangerous Animals at my local Regal. So, Jeremy might like to see that. I don't know. I might have to see if Jeremy wants to go watch that one. Pia's random question, where did you get Frank the Bunny? Where did I get this? I don't know. I've had him for a long time. He doesn't speak anymore. No, he doesn't speak anymore. I think my girlfriend found this for me somewhere. I'm pretty sure she did. Or maybe I got it at... No. I don't remember. No, I'm pretty sure my girlfriend got it for me. But he's pretty cool. Look at his hands. Yeah, he's cool. I usually keep him sitting on my desk. Just so he can watch over me. But I thought, hey, let's put him in the background tonight. Put him in the background. Let him hang out tonight. Yeah, Donnie Darko's awesome. I've also got the Dorbs Frank, which hangs out on my desk too. Like having Frank, just, like having Frank watch over things. You gave it a... Well, your letterbox was like a 4 out of 5. I mean, I'm not trying to shame you. If you liked it, you liked it. I don't know. I can't... I mean, granted, they're not like for me. They're not like made for me or anything. They're definitely going for a younger audience. But yeah. Donnie Darko does have an amazing soundtrack. There's so many great songs on there. The Echo and the Bunnymen song, the Gary Jules song. Oh God. Of course, the Duran Duran song. The Tears for Fears song. Oh, so good. So good. Yeah, that's a tremendous soundtrack. Great, great stuff. Maybe I looked at the wrong one, Ben. I don't know. Maybe I was looking at something else. Thank you all for 73 likes on the stream. If you've not dropped a like, please do so. I'd appreciate that. Anything else you guys want to talk about? Any other questions or or anything. We've been going for about 2 hours. What's up, Richard? How you doing? Where is the new Predator movie playing? It's on Hulu. It's an animated movie. The new theatrical Predator movie comes out later this year. I was about to say just that.
Scratch Burno says, sometimes I doubt your commitment to sparkle motion.
Yep. Yeah, S Darko, I only saw it one time. I've never wanted to see it again. I don't remember very much about it other than it not being very good. Yeah, I wonder, can I put new batteries in, Frank? Let's see. Yeah, he's got a little thing back here. Looks like it's like a watch battery. I don't know. I like Frank silent, because when Frank can speak, he tells me really weird things. And like, he asks me to go and like, vandalize things. And he tells me that, the world's going to end soon. And, just tells me strange things. I prefer Frank to be silent, really. I just like to have him around. Gives me a sense of comfort. Oh, and look at his shoes. Shoes are really cool, too. All right, go seek fine. Have a good night. Thanks for hanging out. No, not planning on watching the King of the Hill revival. I never really got into King of the Hill. I saw that too, Ben. Yeah, I saw that. Oh, this is a joke, right? That Ryan Gosling is the new Black Panther. That's got to be a joke, right? Like that was a meme or something. Because like I saw a bunch of people posting that on X, and I was like, that's not real. That's not real, right? I think it's a NECA. I'm pretty sure it's a NECA. Yeah, NECA. God loves his children, Donnie. Old Frank. I think there is a white Black Panther in a new comic. Oh, really? So that could be real then. That's wild. That's wild. A white Black Panther. How did that clearly must have happened prior to 2015. Clowntown? Sounds like a winner. Attack of the Killer Tomatoes is getting a sequel, really? Michael Bay is not making a Skibbity Toilet movie. That's definitely not real. That's definitely not real. I'll believe the white Black Panther a million times over before a Skibbity Toilet movie by Michael Bay. And they wonder why ticket sales at theaters are down. John Aston is still alive, really? Gosh, he's got to be like, how old is he? 95. I was going to say he's got to be like 95. He is 95. He's still alive. Wow. Good for him. He's going to be in the new Return of the Killer Tomatoes? Good for him. He was still working as of 2023. Damn, I wonder what his secret is. Wow. That's pretty cool. Damn. Good for him. God bless him. Thoughts on Carrie miniseries from Mike Flanagan? Is that happening? A Carrie miniseries? No, Jeremy's not interested in the War and Occult Museum. No. I don't know if I've told him who all the guests are going to be at Scarefest this year. Because I know he'd be interested to meet David Arquette. Let's see, who else is going to be there? I know there's a bunch of people that he's going to want to meet. So I'm going to have to mortgage that. Take out a second mortgage here. Because let's see here. They added Ashley Lawrence. I've never met her. I definitely want to meet Ashley Lawrence. Let's see. I want to meet Barbara Bingham from Jason Takes Manhattan. They're having kind of a Jason Takes Manhattan reunion. There's several Jason Takes Manhattan people. Billy Worth. I need to get Billy Worth to sign my Lost Boys poster. Oh, the little kid vampire from the Lost Boys is going to be there. David Arquette. I know Jeremy'd want to meet him. Doug Bradley. That'll be a big one for Jeremy, for sure. Heather Langenkamp. That'll be a big one for Jeremy. Jensen Daggett. Like to meet her. Ken Sagos. That'll be a huge one for Jeremy. He loves Ken Sagos. Kim Myers from Hellraiser Bloodline and Nightmare on Elm Street 2. I want to meet her. Never met her. Mark Patton. I've never met him. I'd like to meet him. Get him to sign my Nightmare 2 poster. Of course, Robert Englund's back this year. Sean Chapman from Hellraiser. Frank is there. They've already got like a stacked VC Dupree from Jason Takes Manhattan. They've got like a huge lineup, and they're going to be adding more. Like it's going to be wild. Anybody planning on going to Scarefest this year? As a middle school teacher, do you know how sick I am of Skibbity Toilet? I didn't even know what Skibbity Toilet was until like really just recently. And then I was like, really? That's what happened to G.I. Joe? What happened to kids liking G.I. Joe and He-Man and, you know? I like Monkey Shines a lot. I think it's underrated. Yep, John Jarrett's going to be there from Wolf Creek. Yep. There's another convention coming up in July. I think it's in Knoxville. Let me see. Yeah, CreepyCon. I'm thinking about taking Jeremy to that one because it's not too far away and because they've got Henry Thomas there. And Jeremy would love to meet Henry Thomas. So, thinking we may, August 1st through 3rd. So I'm thinking we may go to that one. Anybody planning on going to that one? Oh, Dean, you're going to Scarefest? Okay, cool. Cool. Brad, you're going to Scarefest? Hope we get to hang out with you guys. Yeah, that'd be awesome. All right, Richard, you out of here? Have a good one. So I've got a new video coming out tomorrow. It's available now for my patrons. It's a Halloween, not about Halloween, not about the Halloween movies, but it's a Halloween video, a big Halloween unboxing of some cool stuff. So keep your eyes peeled for that. I've got something planned for Friday the 13th too. So that'll be a fun video. Keep your eyes peeled for that. You're going to Days of the Dead at Indy next weekend. Okay. Have fun, dude. Have fun. Hotel rates are ridiculous though. Yeah. You'll need the further you get away from the venue, the better prices. Like if you, that Hilton that's attached to it, crazy expensive. But if you get further out and you don't mind driving, to and from the convention, you can get pretty decent hotel, Dean. All right, folks, I think I'm going to go ahead and call it a night there. Let me do some shout outs here. Shout out to Evil Diner 666 and Tagul for tuning in over on Twitch. Shout out to Chris B for the $19.99 super chat and the $4.99 super chat. Shout out to Monster B for the $4.99 and shout out to Steven Hendricks for the $10. Thank you all very, very much. I appreciate it. And thank you all for 77 likes on the stream. If you've not dropped a like, please do so before you leave. I'd appreciate that. And let me see who I still got with me here over on YouTube. We've got Kevin Dudley here. Dude McMahon. We got Movie Fan, Derek Jana, Dean, Tony, Barney Likes Beer, Scratch Burno, Brian Trash, The Daily Ghost, Richard C., Brad Frazier, Ben Grimm. El Chewy Gringo is hanging out with us tonight. Let's see who else was with us. Richard Stange. Brian Mean was here with us tonight. Big Idea. Well, my chats. Go Seek Find was hanging out with us tonight as well. Horror Collections 13 was hanging out with us tonight. And that is as far up as the chat will let me go. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight, Chris. Appreciate it. All right, Sick Jim is still here. All right, Hillbilly Tech is still here. It's my boy Swaggy. Thank you, El Chewy Gringo. All right, well, y'all have a great rest of your night. Thank you for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. I'll see you again real soon. Take care, and until next time, peace.